This is my 2-year update on Allbirds women's shoes for travel. I bought my first pair of Allbirds specifically for travel. In fact, I bought them for a trip to Europe. I did a little video talking about all the pros and cons to this little pair of shoes. Then a year later, I did an update, and here we are, year 2. So now I'm going to do a year 2 update for you so you can see how these shoes held up after multiple trips and multiple years. The first thing I want to say is that I do really like Allbirds. I like the company. I like the work they're doing out there in the world. I like their shoes. Their products are fantastic. This is a great shoe. However, that being said, after a couple of years, they are starting to show their age. Last time I mentioned that a pair was starting to kind of fray here on the edge. At the time, it was just the right shoe. Now the left shoe also has some seams that are kind of busting up here. Both are starting to fall apart a little bit, not terrible, but they're starting to look a little ragged. I can still throw them in the wash and they clean up nicely. That's fantastic. So easy cleanup. This is a cream pair of shoes that still look pretty great. They're a little more dingy right now because I haven't washed them in a while, but they clean up really nice, including the soles. I mean, this is 2 years. This is 2 years worth of work here. So cleans up well. Inside does pill a little bit, but I noticed that whatever it started doing early on has kind of stopped. The biggest downside for me is the smell. I loved that you could throw these on without socks, wear them around, and they didn't smell. It's not quite the case anymore. They do start smelling much quicker than they used to. I've started wearing socks with them to kind of mitigate that a little bit, but of course that defeats the whole purpose of what I was loving about them. 2 years later, still a great shoe, still comfortable, a little wear and tear, but it is holding up great. Still makes for a good travel shoe. The only real downside is that walking around in these without socks, just a little smelly. Let me know, do you use Allbirds for travel? How do you feel?